After Neymar's £200 million transfer to PSG pretty much doubled the price of any player vaguely linked to Barcelona, and Arsenal once again sent their fans into meltdown after a terrible August both in the league and the transfer market, the transfer window is finally over. I've picked out 4 sides from Europe's top 5 leagues who have had exceptional transfer windows, but which of them has performed the best this summer? Starting off in France with PSG, who signed 2 of the most sought after players in world football, in Neymar and Kylian Mbappe. The former more than doubled the world record transfer fee after his £200 million buyout clause at Barcelona was activated by the French giants. The Brazilian has hit the ground running in France, already scoring 3 goals and picking up 3 assists in 3 Ligue 1 games, playing on the left wing and linking up very well with the likes of Edinson Cavani and Liban Kazawa. Mbappe's signing was completed on deadline day, and in an attempt to comply with financial fair play regulations, the 18-year-old arrives on a season-long loan with the obligation to buy after that for around £165 million. The Frenchman excelled in a title-winning Monaco side last campaign, playing in a 2-man strike partnership with Falcao and putting the ball in the back of the net 21 times. It will be interesting to see where he fits in at PSG, because Unai Emery's side already have a world-class forward in Cavani. Perhaps he'll play on the right with Di Maria moving central, or maybe as an impact sub in Liga and as a starter in the Champions League, where the opposition won't sit off them as often, and his pace in behind could be very dangerous. The Brazilians also brought in fullbacks Yuri Berchiche and Dani Alves, who will add quality and depth to their defence. Moving over to Italy and to AC Milan, whose fans expected an investment when they were taken over by Chinese owners in May, but probably not the amount of high quality acquisitions they have made this summer. Vincenzo Montella could set out a full starting 11 of their summer signings, and it's not far away from the Italians' preferred lineup. In defence, Milan brought in 2 young, high-quality fullbacks, in Ricardo Rodriguez and Andrea Conti, from Wolfsburg and Atalanta respectively, for a combined £38 million, as well as 2 central defenders in Matteo Musacchio and the most impressive signing of all, Leonardo Bonucci from Juventus, for around £38 million. The Italian was pivotal in Juve's title win and route to the Champions League final last campaign, as an intelligent ball-playing centre-back. At his new club, Bonucci will bring invaluable experience and leadership, as well as the rare quality of being a playmaker from defence, completing 218 successful long balls for Juventus last season. Whether it's in Montella's favoured 4-3-3 or a 3-5-2 alongside Musacchio and Romagnoli, Bonucci will continue to be one of the world's best defenders at Milan. Moving into midfield, and La Rossoneri acquired combative goal-scoring midfielder Frank Kessie from Atalanta, technically gifted free-kick specialist Hakan Çalhanoğlu from Leverkusen, and experienced defensive midfielder Lucas Biglia, who will likely rotate with Manuel Locatelli in the single pivot role in front of the defence. Finally, Milan brought in 2 strikers. 21-year-old Andre Silva was signed from Porto for upwards of £34 million. The Portuguese international is an incredible finisher in and around the penalty area, who is also adept at bringing his teammates into play. Montella's side also acquired Fiorentina striker Nikola Kalinic, who will provide good competition for the likes of Silva and Cutrone, but will not limit their game time and development, unlike other rumoured players such as Aubameyang. From a club whose recent change in ownership has brought in a good transfer strategy, to Bayern Munich, who has spent well in the transfer market for many years. Before the window had even opened, the Bavarians had agreed to sign 2 of the 2016/17 Bundesliga season standout players, in Hoffenheim's Niklas Süle and Sebastian Rudi. The former is a young centre-back, who is both physical and good with the ball at his feet, and will provide good backup and ultimately be the long-term replacement for Boateng and Hummels. Rudi is a well-rounded, unselfish central midfielder, whose composure on the ball and positional sense will provide good balance and freedom to the likes of Arturo Vidal and Corentin Tolisso. Speaking of the Frenchman, Bayern signed Olympique Lyon's Tolisso for £35 million, breaking their transfer record. The 23-year-old is a versatile midfielder, who often picks the ball up deep and drives into the opposition half, and is also dangerous in front of goal, scoring 14 last season. Finally, the Reds made arguably the transfer of the summer, as they brought in Real Madrid attacking midfielder James Rodriguez, who was acquired on a 2-year loan costing €10 million, with the option to buy after that for £35 million. Following Douglas Costa's move to Juventus, and with Frank Ribery ageing and Kingsley Coman unable to cement his position in the past couple of seasons, once he returns from injury, I think Rodriguez will most likely play as a left-sided attacking midfielder in Ancelotti's favoured 4-2-3-1. Wherever he plays, Bayern Munich pulled off a blinder of a deal, bringing in one of the most sought-after players in world football for an astonishingly low price. Finally, we go over to England and to Jose Mourinho's Manchester United, who have only brought in 3 players, but all 3 of them, 2 especially, are incredible signings. Firstly, the Red Devils made what I consider the Premier League transfer of the summer, as they acquired defensive midfielder Nemanja Matic from direct title rivals Chelsea for just £40 million. The Serbian has been brilliant in United's first 3 games of the season, with his defensive positioning and tackling letting the likes of Pogba, Mkhitaryan and Mata get forward more, resulting in United scoring 10 goals and conceding none so far this campaign. 3 of those 10 goals have come from centre forward Romelu Lukaku, who was signed from Everton for £75 million. Belgium has shown since the start of the season that he is the perfect Mourinho forward, due to his strength, pace and clinical finishing ability, which United lacked last campaign. The more questionable acquisition Manchester United made was central defender Victor Lindelof from Benfica, who undoubtedly has talent both as a ball player and a defender, but has been replaced by Phil Jones at the start of the season, with Mourinho saying he needs time to adapt to the Premier League. Overall, all 4 clubs have had exceptional transfer windows and have given themselves a significant advantage both in their domestic leagues and in Europe. But if I had to choose one, I would say AC Milan have had the best, having transformed from a side struggling to get into the Europa League to a club who have a good chance of winning the competition and denying Juventus the Serie A title. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Check out Footy Feed for more European football related content, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.